I just wanted to come on here to say that Barb and I had the most amazing conversation today. I just interviewed her for my podcast, Please Me, and she was such an amazing guest. And we talked about all sorts of incredible things. She is a boundaries coach. And one of the things that she talked about, which I think is so important and such a key word that I'd never heard before, is how we can be flawsome. So why don't you jump in and introduce yourself a little bit and then tell us about being flawsome?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you so much, Eve. Hi, everybody. I'm Barb Nangle. I'm a boundaries coach, and you can find me on Instagram at Higher Power Coaching. And so I shared this word with Eve because she asked me a couple of the most important mindset shifts for me in 12-step recovery, which is where I learned how to build healthy boundaries. And I told her the word flossom. So even though I always kind of liked myself and I was always a positive, optimistic person, I realized when I got in recovery, I was sort of scanning the horizon at all times to beat the crap out of myself. And I had internalized this idea somehow from my family that I shouldn't have flaws. And if I had them, well, I goddamn well better hide them. So I was always very defensive and had all these walls up for people. And when I heard this word flossom, I was like, wait, what? I can be both flawed and awesome. In other words, I can come out of my black and white thinking and realize that I can be both, that flawedness and awesomeness are not mutually exclusive. And what happened for me when I started to internalize that was I was like, wait, okay, so I let myself off the hook for having flaws. I stopped judging myself so much for having flaws. And then I got more comfortable with having flaws, and therefore I got more comfortable sharing them with other people. And then as I stopped judging myself, I stopped judging other people so much because they're flawsome too. And it was just amazing. And so I'm at the point now where I can make a mistake publicly and not feel like I want to die and crawl under a rock or get this like flood of guilt and shame. I can go, oops. And it's really astonishing. And it really started with sort of breaking open that black and white thinking that, number one, I shouldn't have flaws, but if you're flawed, then you can't also be awesome.
I love that. And it's so important for people to understand that because we are all trying to learn things in life. And there's no way that you can go through life without making mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, and this is how we learn. And it's okay to be flawed. Not everybody is going to be perfect at everything. And that doesn't mean that you're not a fucking awesome person.
Right. Yes.
And so I want to just end there and say that this fucking awesome person, Barb Nangle, was on the show today, and you have to listen to this episode because it was chock full of tons of information.
I feel like the conversation about sex and boundaries was really important. And I think that people don't understand the far-reaching impact of having healthy boundaries in your life. As I told Eve, I'm able to let it rip in the bedroom in a way that I never was before I had healthy boundaries. And it's because I'm whole. I know who I am and I'm grounded in myself. And you helped me to articulate that in a way on your show that I don't know that I've ever quite said that way before. So thank you so much for that opportunity.
Of course. So everybody take note. You've got to listen to this one. It is so amazing. And don't we all want to be whole? So hashtag goals, right?
Yeah.
We all want to be whole, and it takes work. So I encourage you to listen to the show and to reach out to Barb. She's got a link tree. She does coaching, and you can also reach out to me on pleaseme.online. So again, thank you so much for being on the show today, and I can't wait
Oh,
till it comes out.
absolutely. All right. Me too. Thank you so much, Eve. It was really great to meet you. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.